What does it tell us? Whether or not one qualifies for a mortgage, or you can say it compares the housing cost to your income, and it should be below 32%. That would probably be a good one. The magic number on your study sheet next to GDSR, have the 32% there. Okay. What do your property taxes go to? Roads, waste removal, schools. You can do street cleaning, snow removal, street like patching potholes, anything like that. Anything that has to do with line painting. They paint lines, right? Soon they're going to start painting the lines on the streets. Ornamental lighting. That's all property taxes. Next, we have land transfer tax. It's $161,000. So that's one of those weird ones where you have, if you want this on your study sheet, here it is one more time, right? You have 30K, 60K, another 60K, and this is a little off here. This is you have 50K, right? And so after that, everything is flat 2%. So this would be 0, this would be 0.005, 0.01, 0.015, and anything plus 200,000 is 0.02, is 2% flat. Okay, so I start subtracting 30,000, so you can use this as well. Nothing gets paid on the 30,000. Then it's 131 left. You subtract the next bracket, which is 60, and you multiply it by 0.005. So you get 1 mark today for the 300. You're left with 71,000. I can keep subtracting. Okay, 600. You get another mark for the 600 showing up. And then you're left with 11,000, right? You will not subtract by 50,000 because you'd have a negative. So you just take the 11,000 and multiply it by the next rate, which is 0.015. You should see the progression here. So that's 165. That's another mark for that. And then another mark for adding it all up. So today I'm just going to give you marks everywhere, okay? So just to make it easier. So instead of out of 2, this is going to be out of 4. For having done all the work. Okay? Next, GDSR. So notice that the GDSR, there's a formula for that, right? And it says that the monthly payment is good. Annual heating cost is $1,800. We need to turn that into a monthly amount. So you get a mark for the 150 showing up anywhere. The property taxes are already as a monthly amount, but the income is yearly. So you divide 75,000 by 12. You get another mark for turning that into a monthly amount. So it's like making $6,250 a month. And here's the GDSR. You put in the mortgage, the heating, the property taxes, divided by your monthly income, all in monthly amounts. You get a mark for that. You're the teacher today. You give yourselves marks how you see fit. I'm not going to argue with you today. Honestly, it's about the process right now. Do you know what you need to upgrade on? Okay. 75,000? Did you do 75,000, Noah? Yeah. Just go -1 and then give yourselves the marks thereafter. So you would lose this mark right here where my pencil is right now. Yeah. But you would still get. You plugging everything in still gets you a mark, and then working it out still gets you a mark. So you do this mark right here. So for A, it's technically 1, 2, 3, 4 marks to get to the finish line. You'd get 3 out of 4, and today we're just gonna assume you did everything else right after that. Will you be approved? In my case, not. Yes. Because the GDSR is below 32%. If you don't mention that below 32, you don't get the mark here. That's just what the province does, okay? Make sure, listen up here, this one, It just happened to be 80, but if it hadn't been a 0 here, make sure you do 2 decimals no matter what. And so the total for question 4 is 5. Follow through marks. Okay, ready? So it's insurance for apartments, so you need to use your tenant insurance table. I'm out of a table right now. I think I gave it to someone. So you got to use this one. How do you know you got to use this one? It says insurance for the apartment, and it never talks about an area. Okay, never talks about an area, so you got to use tenant. And we want insurance for 89,000. Who did 1.07? I did? Oh yeah, don't look at that right now. That's wrong. This key needs to be updated. So let's just focus on 5 right now. So 359, if I want a standard, 359 maxes out, then I need to pay 450 for anything above. So 359, you get a mark for the 359. I'm giving you a mark. Listen carefully, I'm going to give you a mark for the 450, and I'm also giving you a mark for the 14,000 today, because that's how much you're over. I did the math on the side here. You're over by 14,000. Yeah, I'm just giving away marks today. $200 deductible, it means that you need to multiply by 1.10, so if I see that, you get a mark. So watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4 marks just in you setting it up. And then you get another mark for actually finding the final answer. So make sure you do this orange part first. This part, I know I have it flipped, right? Your formula has it the other way. Don't let that throw you off. It's still $63. And then you get another mark for actually computing this and getting the final answer. So if you made a mistake, here, let's say you get this wrong, take 1 mark off. If you got this wrong, take 1 mark off, but then you follow through thereafter. And just be the teacher today. I know it's tough. It's not easy, but just give yourselves a mark. I'm not going to argue with you today. The point is not to ace it or not ace it. It's like learning. Next, we're in area 3, a very expensive house, that is. So $200,000, area 3, standard. Okay. Area 3, standard, 726, I need to pay extra. Okay. So 355 per thousand, I'm over by 580,000. So watch this. 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark. Okay. Does yours say after taxes, your question? Sorry guys. But remember what I told you when it says after taxes? Do you remember? I said don't worry about it. So if you did add taxes, I'll take the blame, you won't lose any marks. But technically it's not supposed to happen. Okay, so this will never be on your question on the exam. They will never talk about taxes anymore, okay? So technically we stop right there. So let me see if I can figure out, you should at some point get this one right here. That is the answer that I'm after, not the taxed one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to give you 4 marks because we're not taxing. I'm just getting rid of this. It's out of 4. So 1, 2, and 4, that's 6. 11, 16, 20. This page is worth 20 marks. Okay, we're getting there. Oh, I didn't talk about this yet, did I? you're exempt on this one. You can just don't take any marks off. Still fill this in because I do need to talk about it, and I'm using this as one of my ways to talk about it. So the key word is upgrading. Okay, use the keyword upgrade. So you upgrade your furnace to high efficiency. High efficiency. Okay. Have you heard of Energy Star? Energy Star approved. That is another one you can just use it anywhere you want, like Windows. Energy Star approved. Okay, so I'll go Energy Star. Anything that has the blue star on it is high efficiency. It saves. Okay. Insulation, you can upgrade the insulation. Where do you have insulation in the house? Behind the drywall, yeah, and the walls and the attic. But a lot of the older houses, they only have sawdust in the attic. Did you know that? Like they literally just threw all the sawdust they created by building the house. It's like, hey, we need to clean up, and they just threw it up there. It's okay insulation, but it's not the best. So you want to like either replace it or top it off. Okay. Upgrade thermostat. Question, do you know what a smart thermostat is? The newer thermostats, they have a little sensor, and so if people don't walk in front of the thermostat, it will automatically reduce the heating in the home. Like it will think nobody's home or you're sleeping. And it learns movement in the house. So it will automatically adjust the temperature for you. So smart thermostats are really good and really good investment. Okay, they're smart. Yeah, exactly. Obviously. Okay, this is what I'm gonna say here. You know the old thermostats? I don't know if anybody still has them. They just have like a dial. You should upgrade that to something that is programmable or that you can actually change it like based on the time of the day. That's what I'm saying. All right. So no marks lost there. Insurance again. I hope you're getting sick and tired of this. Area 4. So that means that it's comprehensive. Area 4 is 1,063. 1 mark for that. 1 mark for knowing that it goes over. 1 mark for the 25,000 because you're over by 25,000. And no taxes. Don't worry about that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're just going to give you 4 marks for this one. Can I just say something? Don't think that it's always going to go over. But these are the harder ones to do. That's why I'm always throwing them at you. But it could be as easy as just eliminating this whole part right here is gone, right? Okay, keep going. This is the one. This is the part that I'm interested in. Okay, so the education, we multiply it by, right, we divide it by 1,000 times portion assessment. So you get a mark for that number right there, 2933.55. Municipal mill rate, multiply it, get that. A mark for that. Improvements, concrete paving. And I did add frontage to yours, right? So for the improvements, it's the 50 feet times 3932. Where did I get that from? I got that from my handy dandy table right here. Concrete paving, 3932 right there. By the way, that will always be given to you by the province if you need that table. You get a mark for the improvements. Okay? Next, you'll get another mark for adding everything. However, listen carefully, you lose this mark if you forget to subtract the credit. So if you add and you get a number, you still don't get the mark, okay? You need to subtract the 450 because there's a credit of 450 to get this. So listen to this part. Let's say you got all of this wrong, but I see you adding all your wrong numbers and subtracting the credit, you would get this mark for sure, okay? So you should be able to, get a mark out of that still. And then that extra question, let's add that to the mix. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, as it's stated by this question. Okay. John's insurance is $13.50 and it's $25 a month. What is the yearly insurance premium? This is already yearly, so this is really just this. That's $250, right? That is $1,600. 1 mark for that.
It's 300.
Yes, sorry. I was just making sure you're still awake. So 1650, right? 1650? Okay. Let's see what it is out of. Hold on. Because I need to remove some of the... So this back side is 4 and 4. That's just 8. The back side is just 8. Oh, sorry, 9, because we just added this one. The back side is 9 because we're not taking off for question 7. 9 and 20, that's 29. Question 8, 1 second. So we're going to make this out of 29, okay? Question 8. Oh, because of this. You're wondering, okay. Well, that 8 wasn't complete because I forgot to 519 divided by 1,000 times 25,000 plus, hold on. Just leave it on your desk, okay? So the answer should technically be this. Okay. All right. One more thing before you go.